Boom, people, we back at it again. You know what I'm saying? The Regal Eagle, we in the house. Sally, what's good? Michi, what's good? What we up to today?
What's going on, man?
We good today. You know what I'm saying? Saquon's return. We're going to talk about my man going back to the Meadowlands. It's going to be good up here today.
Michi, what you got for us today?
Hey, we ready, baby. Let's get this show on the road, baby. I'm feeling good. I feel that win coming. I feel that W coming tomorrow, man. It's kind of... initially I was kind of mad, but hey, we've been playing like crap, so we deserve when they moved the time from the 4 o'clock spot to the 1 o'clock spot so that they can show them other two rookies doing their thing. But hey, I can't hate on the game, man. Hey, as long as we get the W at 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 8 o'clock, it don't matter. Let's go.
Hey, we say, hey, you can get this cheesesteak served early, or you can let it sit on you at night. Okay, that's how it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? With that raggedy ass field at MetLife, don't nobody want to play in that field like my man said, man. The heck with that field.
Right.
But yes,
right.
So look, hey, for all our loyal listeners out there, man, our loyal watchers, you know what I'm saying? The 10 o'clock time is it's not official right now, but it's a possibility that y'all might have to wake y'all punk asses up in the morning and come watch us early in the morning to get the rest of y'all day out the way. You know what I'm saying? So who is this comment?
Yeah.
Who is this? Okay, hey, Kim, baby said subscribe and like. You already know. Let me go ahead and start that. There you go. Subscribe and like, everybody. So for all the people out there, go ahead and subscribe and like. You know what I mean? That's what we do around here. All right. So we already know, man. We need to just go ahead and get into it. Michi and I, we were on the show the other day, man. We were talking about some predictions the other day. It was pretty cool. But before we get going, man, for all my little listeners up in the Delaware, Philadelphia, Jersey, Pennsylvania, Michi area, you know what I'm saying? Slide on down to Christiana Mall. Hey, go check those boys out at what is it? At the fan treasures. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to those boys out there, man. Hooking your boy up with the nice little new brim. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them. Appreciate y'all. It wasn't free. Yes, I had to pay for it. I got no discounts. I'm just shouting y'all out because y'all should like subscribe. So man, shout out to y'all.
They ain't offer military. They ain't offer you no military discount either.
Yeah, no, I got that. Well, they ain't offer it. I had to tell them. I said, "Yo, do y'all need military?" You know, like I don't know if you know, saying like when you got the kids, man, and they be in the car every time you go somewhere, it's all military people like, "You got military discount." Dad, you always say that.
Hey,
but you always
get discount. You know what I'm saying?
I don't care if it's 10%. I don't care if it's 5%. I want my little
discount. I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so look, man, we're gonna go ahead and dive into this show today. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, shout out those guys up there at the mall. Shout out to what's going on, Eric? Man, appreciate you. What's up, cuz? Are you rocking the gear today? Okay, that's what's up. Much love for sure. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate that.
Free advertising, baby.
Yeah, for sure. But we're gonna go ahead and dive into it. So we already know, man. Look, this week is Saquon's return. Everyone's having a big expectation that he's gonna, do his thing out there, to include me. Like I feel like he's gonna do the same thing. But with that, you know what I'm saying? Anytime you get players from other teams to go and play the team that they've already played, there's already expectations to that player's knowledge. So I'm quite sure, the coaching staff has sat down with Saquon and thought about how to game plan for them, because their Dabo's, tendencies and things like that, defensive tendencies, because he's played with them preseason, he's played with them in practice, this and the third. So the question right now that we got to talk about is, will Kellen construct plays specifically for Saquon and his knowledge of the Giants' weaknesses? Because we already know, like I said, in practices and in preseason and mini camps, that Saquon kind of knows what they're weak at already. So do you think Kalen has sat down with him and made a game plan for that so that he can flourish, on the run game? Beach, what you got?
Hey, I'm gonna say, man, I gotta go a little deeper into that because I truly don't feel, man. I've been watching tape, watching old games, everywhere that Kellen has made it stop, man. I don't think that we're really running Kellen's offense. Of his playbook and all of this stuff. There's just no way. We kind of running a similar type of style offense that we have before. And like we always say, man, Sally always say, man, the common denominator is Nick. So, I mean, I've seen Kellen Moore have, run an explosive offense. That's why he was selected and brought in here. I mean, the amount of stuff that he was doing, the scoring level that he was doing with other teams that had a lot less talent. I don't see that with us. I see a lot of the same stuff that we were running, 2023, 2022. So I don't think that we're doing that. Kellen's offense, to be honest, we might see a little bit more of it this week because Nick knows he's in scramble mode. He has to do what he has to do to maintain his job now. So I don't know if he might come off of his high horse or not be so stubborn, but I absolutely believe that Kellen Moore, sat down with the guy. All knowledge is great knowledge. Insider knowledge is great knowledge. So he does have it. You're not going to be able to just change up a defensive whole scheme. You know what I mean? For this game right here, they're not going to change the whole defense just for him. So they're going to run it a lot of the same defense is what I'm trying to say. And they're just going to regret it, man. And the comment you made in the beginning, man, a lot of people get traded to different teams, but it's usually not within the same division. So
yeah,
this is going to be one of those statement games. Yeah, this is going to be he don't finesse them too. This is going to be one of them statement games when they had the money to pay him, but they just refused. So this could be one of those statement games. I hope we run goddamn 150, 200 yards on him.
Sally, what you thinking?
Hey, like Meech made a good point. We still seeing the same stuff we've seen before. The same schemes, the same formations, the same plays. So that's a good observation. You're right about that. I don't think he is calling the plays. I don't think his style of offense is in our game yet. I think Nick's still making those calls, making those plays. But I think this game, they know, like you said, they know Saquon. They know what he's going to do. They know how he moves. And the same for Saquon. He knows how the Giants' defense is going to be. So I think in order to bring the best out of Saquon, that he needs to make those calls. Let Nick needs to sit on the sideline and coach the team, but let the offense and defense coordinators make those game plans. And I think that if that happens, because everybody used to seeing the same thing over and over with the Eagles, if you let the offensive coordinator make those plays, we might see a little something different. And there, you might see Saquon make some big plays and bust through some big holes. And like me said, let that boy run 150 yards and take it all the way to the locker room. Run the ball all the way to the locker room and don't stop.
Yeah, I want you to say, hey, let him run it. Let him run it across the street. I don't care if he run it. Hey, I don't care if he run it upstairs. He can run it wherever you want to run it. Just run the doggone ball. So I don't know if y'all saw the clip where the fan that Nick was talking to last week. I guess the fan had got on social media. You saw it? So he was saying that, the fan was telling him to run the ball. So for those out there who haven't seen it, the fan that Nick was yelling at as far as last week's game with the Browns, apparently the guy told Nick to run, and make it so bad that Sally said it in a text to me while the game was going on. He was like, why would you let him run the ball for 5 yards and then run 3 incomplete pass plays? Doesn't make any sense. So the guy said, I don't know why we're doing that. Run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. So apparently when the game was over, Nick walked over to the guy because Nick heard him. I guess it's stuck in his mind, which is something that the coaches, you shouldn't let the fans get in your head like that. But apparently he did. And Nick told the guy, see, that's what you wanted. I did what you wanted. I told you. Just wait. It was coming. It was coming. Apparently that's what he said. So apparently, this for that. But, if that's the case, then why does it have to be coming? Like, if you knew you were supposed to do it, then why are you waiting? You should have did it when it's happening. Because guess what? Luckily, we had an opportunity to continue to run the ball. But even when we did that, you still didn't do it. So whatever, Nick. You can say that all you want to, but I don't believe it. But whatever. I'm gonna leave it at that. But
hey, he keep arguing with him. Keep arguing with them fans.
He gonna be right there with him.
Sitting with him. He gonna be sitting with him. He gonna be sitting with him.
I know. So okay, so we're talking about running the ball and and taking it, running it across the street into the house and all like that's fine, because that's all we all want to do. Because me personally, I feel like Saquon has probably sat down with Kellen to tell him how we should run plays. Kellen will then take those plays, slide them over to Nick, have Nick approve the plays, but then have Nick shoot down the ones that he don't think are going to work. And now he's leaving Kellen with a list of plays that he's supposed to run. You know what I'm saying? Like 7 or 8 plays throughout the game. Only run these plays. Because I looked at a route tree that Kellen had, Kellen Moore's route tree, and then there was a sidebar right next to it was a route tree of Nick's. Nick's had A.J. Brown doing the same 7 routes the entire game.
Mm-hmm.
Kellen had A.J. Brown. He was all over the field. Oh, you didn't know where it was going to go. It looked like an edge sketch out there in a fire hit. That man was all over the place. He can run the routes. So there's definitely a correlation. You know, Nick Sirianni's only giving him basically go routes on the left hand side, and he may have an out route here and there on the right hand side for the most part, but that's about it. But Kellen's got him going across. He's got him going across from left side, right side. He's got him going dig routes on each side. He has him going go routes on each side, crossing routes, deep routes. Kellen has him going everywhere. So I definitely, like we said, feel like that Nick Sirianni is limiting Kellen Moore's ability to call plays. He's only giving him a certain amount. And after that, he doesn't want him to run anything else because I feel like he thinks that that's the only good thing that A.J. Brown's good for, or running these specific routes, and that's it. When that's not the case, he's actually a better route runner than what Nick is giving him credit for. That's what I feel. Yeah. But, you know what I'm saying? With that being said, even with that, though, you know what I'm saying? We're not putting up the amount of points that we're supposed to be putting up anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Giants are only averaging 11 points. You know what I'm saying? They're only 11 points a game, and we average 21. So, if that is indeed the case, if this is another close game, will this be a major or minor concern? Because if that's only a 10-point difference. That's a touchdown and a half. You know what I'm saying? Against the Giants. It's supposed to be one of the lowest ranking teams in the league. Granted, we only won by 4 with the Browns, but that's just letting us know either we're playing to our level of play, or we're playing to the level of the team we're going against. So is that going to be a major concern or a minor concern when it comes to us? Because if they're only averaging, again, 11 points a game, we're averaging 21, we should beat them by more than two scores. I'm just sorry. We should, especially if they have Dexter Lawrence out. Misha, what you got? Sally, what you got? It's on Sally.
Okay, now with the numbers, I got it, but I would say since this is a divisional game, divisional games are more heated. They're more intense. They're more, most times in the divisional games, the games are pretty close for us. When we play anybody in our division, when we play Washington, the games are pretty close. So with that being said, I think the atmosphere is going to be a little different for this game because it's a divisional game and both teams knows what's at stake. Now, this still is a major concern to me because we should be putting up way more than 21 points. We should be having way more than 21 points with the weapons that we do have. We should be, to me, at least in the 30. We should be averaging at least in the 30 for the weapons that we do have. Now, it's still a major concern that the fact that we're only averaging 10 more points than the Giants.
Exactly. Given the level of talent.
Yeah, given the level of talent, we should be averaging at least, like I said, at least in the 30. So it's still, regardless of the divisional rivalry, but as far as average goes all season, it's still a major concern that we only averaging 21 points with the talent that we do have.
So you feel like it's a major concern?
It is a major concern.
Okay. All right, Missy, is a major or minor concern?
I would say major, man, because like I said, they're averaging, they're 15th in the league with like 116.3 yards of rushing, that allowed per game. So if we're not doing that, for one, it's a many part answer, but for one, we're not establishing our run game. We know that they're going to do that. The defensive coordinator that they have now, he wasn't with Saquon last year, but because he came from Tennessee, so. He had said in the press game interview that they're worried about us. Because of the level of talent that we have one of the superior rosters in the NFL, in the entire NFL, and all the teams know that. So that's why everybody's so baffled by our lackluster offense that we're running. So absolutely, if we're having a close game with these guys and everybody else is rushing over these guys, doing whatever they wanted to do, having their way to these guys, like I said, these next 4 games are critical because we're just all flip-flopping. You know what I'm saying? The Bengals, they just did whatever they wanted to do to the Giants, and then we play them this week. If we struggle against them, then what's that say for next week when we play the Bengals? You know what I mean? And then what's going to say for, we play the Jaguars and this and this. And mind you, we got the Ravens, they coming with it, the Steelers, the Commanders, Cowboys, and all of that type of stuff. So I'm going to say it's a huge flag that needs to be raised. If we're running neck and neck with these guys, we have to. I get a win is a win. I totally get that because I say that every win. But realistically speaking, at some point, you have to show some type of dominance. You have to show that you're not, you're not winning by just a field goal. You're not showing that you can score in the first quarter because we're the only team in the entire NFL that hasn't scored in the first quarter. So if we're playing these guys that close, that's a lot of red flags that need to be raised, and we need to handle that stuff immediately.
Right. I'm with both of you guys, man. I feel like, only averaging 21 points, that's a major concern because the majority of the majority of the league out there is scoring more than 21 points a game. So if we're only averaging that, I mean, yes, we've had 2, dominant games where we scored 30 plus points, and that's fine. But at the same time, when we on our Super Bowl run, we were averaging 32 points a game. You know what I'm saying? Last season when we had our epic collapse, guess what? We were squeaking by on wins, and some of those games were, they were like me said, a win is a win, but you cannot sustain a season squeaking by like that. Eventually, that squeaking by you're gonna get caught up. Like that boat, you know what I'm saying, ain't gonna have it's gonna have a little bit more Loctite on it at the end when you're trying to take it out. So guess what? That's when our epic collapse happens. So yeah, it started coming out, but eventually one of them threads gonna start getting crossed, and now it ain't gonna be able to come out. So again, 21 points is a major concern, especially given the level of talent that we got. Because if you really look at it, man, that's only 4 scores, 4 scores, and a couple field goals here and there. You know what I'm saying?
Like, that's 3 scores. Yeah,
we're better than that as a team and as an organization. We're better than that. Our quarterback's better than that. Our running back's better than that. All of our wide receivers are better than that outside of Dotson because we really don't know what he has. Right? But 21 points is a big time concern given the level of talent that we have. There's no reason why we should only be putting 21 points up, especially on teams like the Browns. So this game, if we don't score if we should score 27 points on the Browns easily, that should be, I'm sorry, on the Giants, that should be like at our low point. 27 should be our low point. 21 should definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, be a low point on that game. There's no reason why we can't score 21 points. So even allowing them 14 points to me is subpar on defense. They should be scoring that. Not Danny Dimes, not him dropping down manhole covers. That dude, he ain't nothing to worry about. So, averaging 21 points, that's subpar in my book. What you got, Sally?
Another thing to think about as well, man, and realistically speaking, we have to do a lot better on offense because we have a lackluster defense. And so we need to do that to be able to maintain these games because our defense, you know what I'm saying, we've had problems with open field tackles. We have problems with, guys running, certain routes and picking up a lot of yards on us. So we need to be scoring more to keep ourselves into the game at the latter part of the game, the fourth quarter and all this stuff. So it's not coming down to that last drive. We're not putting the game in the ref's hands. You know what I mean? All those cliches that we talk about, you don't want that to happen when you're going because teams aren't going to stay where they're at. I say this every week. Every team is going to get better. Every team is going to start clicking and whatnot. So if you're barely beating the shitty teams right now, then what's going to happen? You know what I'm saying? We'll be playing those more dominant teams on the ass end of the schedule, man. It's going to be total domination by the other team. And we're going to be looking crazy. And now we're just hoping to win the division so we can, do all this shit and hoping other teams win so we can try to get a spot. But we just go get embarrassed and get bounced out the first round of the playoffs. So we need to start showing some domination now.
Yeah. What you got, Sally?
I'm just piggybacking everything that Beast has said. That we got to show domination now. We got to show it now. We got to show it now and carry that momentum into the second half of the season.
Right.
We can't.
Because guess what?
Keep putting it off.
Yeah. Because at this point, hey, the bye's over. If you ain't healthy, you just ain't healthy. Okay, all these injuries and stuff. When people talk about, but you gotta look at injuries, man. Look, everybody looks at injuries. Everybody does. They do it every week. I'm saying, and our bye week was just unfortunately, but fortunately for us, It was early. So because it was early and because we don't have time for people to be hurt, we don't have time we can make it up after the bye because our bye's over. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
On the back end, and like they say, it's if you're going to lose games, lose them early because you can make it up in the back end. I would hate for us to lose a whole bunch of games now. Well, I'm sorry, win a whole bunch of games now because guess what? I'm sorry, not hate, but I would rather us win a whole bunch of games now towards the end of the season. That way, you've already set your path for that for the season. So even if we do lose a few games towards the end of the season, at that point, we should have already set our dominance and set our presence within the playoffs. Now, I'm not saying we should lose games at all, but what I'm saying is trying to make games up at the end because now the pressure is a lot greater to make up these games at the end. That's when you start making bonehead plays. That's when you start calling plays that, you know what I'm saying, or calling coverages that you wouldn't call just to kind of protect. And next thing you know, 3 plays later, they're in field goal range because you're trying to protect. So, like I said, win the games now, be dominant now, set your precedence now, and later on towards the end of the season or the regular season anyway, we'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? So my 3-4 says, got to blow the bums out. We need this as fans. Mike, and you are 1,000% correct, bro. You are 1,000% correct. Because if we can blow these cats out, guess what? The precedence is there. The fans are starting to get happy. You know what I'm saying? Everyone, like the tensions and stuff start to calm down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Us as fans, because Nick ain't gonna be on the sideline chirping no more. He'll be smiling, hooping and hollering like he normally does. And I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? But yes, blow these cats out, make our presence felt right now. Get it out the way, get it done. Excuse me. All right, so we're talking about points, right? Cool, we're talking about points. Let's talk about points. Let's talk about these TD predictions, okay? So TD predictions. Michi, how many rushing and receiving do you think Saquon's going to get this game?
I want to see him. Now it's a combination. I want to see so I want to see at least 2 rushing touchdowns. Either one comes from Saquon or both comes from Saquon, or one comes from Saquon and the other comes from Jalen, if need be. So I want to see at least 2 rushing and at least 2 in the air. Whether that, Saquon get involved and give him one, or you give one to AJ, you give one to Devontae or whatever. I want to see at least a minimum of 4 touchdowns, period. A minimum of 4, because the Giants are not allowing more than 21 points. Let's go in and do this, man. Let's do this. We need at least 4 for a good, complete game.
Charlie, what you thinking?
Hey, Meach hit it right in the head. At least 4. 2 rushing, 2 rushing, 2 passing. I don't care what the combination is. 1 rushing, 3 passing. Hey, but I want to see at least 4 touchdowns. At least at the minimum of 4.
A star goes to that. A star goes to that. I want to see one of those in the first quarter.
All right, so we talk about just Saquon or the team as a whole.
As a whole, 4 touchdowns. I mean,
okay.
If Saquon get 1 rushing, and if he gets 1 receiving, that's fine. But as a whole, as a team, at least 4 minimum, and that's 28 points. If we score 4 touchdowns, that's only 28. We ain't even hit 30 yet. So at least 4 minimum, and then let Jay kick a few field goals. But and like me said, 1 in the first quarter. Okay. I mean, the way our offense is set up, by checking in my savings, the way my offense is set up, you know what I'm saying?
Reach, he said it's checking in his savings. You got to move 1 touchdown out of the savings and put it in the check.
I'm just saying. I'm just like, every time we come on the field, I should see points, the point tally going up. Every time our offense is on the field with the Giants, I should see at least 3 on the board. Hopefully 7, but at least 3 every time our offense. Because that's the kind of a team that we know we have. That we should be scoring on every drive. So I'm looking for at least 4 touchdowns.
I don't want to see the punter. I don't want to see the punter out there all game.
Yeah,
I'm tired of seeing the punter.
Yeah, don't get wrong. I like Jake and all. I appreciate him. You know what I'm saying, everything he's doing and going to continue to do. But I don't want your uniform to touch the field this week. Not at all, except for extra points. That's it. But so Mike 3-4 says, I also think our defense been getting bad rep We really had one bad game and an average game on defense. But before we get into Mike's question, before y'all answer that, me personally, I think Saquon's going to have uh, 3 TDs. He's going to have two rushing and 1 passing. And the only reason why I say maybe 1 passing, if it's not that, it'll be 3 rushing, period. Because Kellen Moore really hasn't set him up on the outside to catch those go routes on the outside, except for the very first game against Green Bay. He caught that receiving touchdown, which was good. But outside of that, he really hasn't put him on any routes like that to be a receiver. Now, he may do it this game. I'll give him that. He might do it this game. But up until this game, he hasn't done it thus far. So, me personally, I feel like Saquon's going to have either 2 rushing and maybe 1 catching. If not, he'll have 3 rushing touchdowns. And then to y'all saying at least 4, Devontae should have 1, or AJ should have 1, maybe 2 against those guys. So I'm thinking, 4 to 5 touchdown, at a minimum or tops, or however people want to say it. So I'm thinking 5 TDs, 4 at the very low end, like you guys are saying. But Vontae and Smitty are definitely going to get 1. That's why I'm taking 1 of those touchdowns away from him and giving 1 to Smitty and one to AJ. That's what I'm thinking. So the 24 should be easily done. So Michi, to Mike's question, or to Mike's statement, saying that our defense have been getting a bad rep. Like, what are your views on that?
I might need to watch the tape and run the stats, man. If you look at the numbers, we're getting a bad rep because we're bad on defense. We're barely managing the game, but we're at the bottom of the barrel. We're like 30th in turnover differentials, man. As far as interceptions, we only have 2 interceptions on the year. As far as forced fumbles, fumbles created, passes, pressure upon the quarterback. We're at the bottom of the barrel, man. We've been holding on, and that's why we still get, a little bit of praise here and there because they know the level of talent we have, but the defensive struggles have been there for the past 2 years. So, look at we're -6 on turnover differential. If that speaks that we're good, then I don't know what you're looking at. But yeah, that we're at the bottom. We're like 30th, or 29th or 30th in the NFL.
All right. Sly, you got anything to add to that or no?
Yeah, like me said, if you look at the games, look at who we played, and look at how our defense has played. To me, we should be having way more sacks than we have. We interceptions. We should have all that. But that's what I'm saying. When it comes to the defensive art, and when it comes to a game and we're winning in the game, and it comes down to the 4th quarter, I'm going to tell you exactly what the other team's going to do. They're going to say, throw it long. They're going to say throw it long because either our guy's going to catch the ball on the Eagles, safeties, and cornerbacks, or it's going to be a pass interference. And that's what happens every game. Throw it long, either it's going to be a pass interference or it's going to be a catch. If Slay out there, that. To me, like it wasn't no big deal, bro. You just lost us the game, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's all our opponents' last resort. Just throw it long. Either our guys will catch the ball, it's gonna be a pass interference. So that's how it is. And we still not getting as much pressure on the quarterbacks as we should be getting. Jalen Carter have a good game every now and then, but it should be consistent every week. We should be putting so much pressure on these quarterbacks that they can't even get the ball out.
And speaking of pressure, that's a concern because I don't know if y'all know, but apparently Jalen Carley he may be out this season. But I did hear that he played not this season, but out this game. Now I did see that he said that he did practice yesterday, so he might be a go. But he missed a day of practice sometime this week. But Mike, I'm not gonna say that we have I'm definitely going to say that we have issues on our defense. I'm going to say that. But to say that that the defense is getting a bad rep, bro, I don't think that they're getting a bad rep because, we're whiffing on tackles. You know what I'm saying? We're like bad. And I mean bad. Like we're not containing on the outside. We're letting the running backs, and some of the wide receivers, get where some of the linebackers are really, really getting beat on the outside. We're not containing on the outside. We're allowing the running back to go all the way around our defensive line. So I feel like right now, our defense is getting everything that they're just due. You know what I'm saying right now. Until they can get it together and work out these kinks, it's on Vic Fangio, because we've been talking about it for the past 4 games about Nick's issues on defense and not being able to identify what his players are good at. So I'm not gonna say they're getting. I'm definitely gonna say they're getting. It ain't a bad rap. They're getting what they deserve right now, and that's not good talk. That's just the way I feel about it.
Yeah, he said he said he don't think we're bad and this and this. Yeah, it's not that we're necessarily the shittiest in the league. Well, we are. I mean, as far as statistically wise, we are at the bottom of the barrel. I don't know how he doesn't understand that. Yeah, we're not getting, our asses handed to us like the Cowboys did, 40, 50 points put up on us. But I mean, we're managing, but that's not going to win the Super Bowl.
At that.
Yeah, that's
Twice.
not. Yeah, that's not going to win us the Super Bowl, man. If a -6, man. For those who you out here who don't know, you compare your takeaways to your giveaways. You know what I mean? We've had the 4 fumbles, the 4 interceptions, so that's 8, and then you got we only have 2 interceptions. You know what I'm saying? There's 0 forced fumbles, so you do the simple math right there, and you get a -6. So that's how we are at the bottom of what we're doing. Yeah, you say the Cowboys are bad. We ain't that bad. Yeah, we're not getting 400 yards ran us on us like the Cowboys are doing, but we're not good enough to win. We're not Super Bowl ready either. Hell no.
Yeah,
hell no.
Not right now.
Yeah. Not right now, man. The defense has way too many problems. Same problems that came over. So that's why I keep saying the offense has to be a lot better, is to make up for the lackluster defense that we've been presented to these guys.
So wait, all right. So he's saying, yeah, we would discuss issues on defense, but I don't think we are bad. Okay, bench Dean, get Trotter out there, or DVS tackling should be better. I mean, all of us on the panel, we want to see Trotter out there too. I've never been sold on the Kobe Dean at all. Like from the time he got there, I've never been sold on that dude. Now you can ask my homeboy Tony at my job. I am not a Kobe Dean fan at all. I was happy when we got him, because I'm thinking, he was hurt and had some injuries, but he was a good, linebacker in college. So that might transition over cool. But when he got hurt his first season, he was out. I was like, I'm done with him. You cannot sit here and tell me that we put all this faith and confidence in you, man, to come out here and do well. And now when you get here, you still on that same old bullshit, man. I'm not with it. So ever since then, I'm not a hater, but I'm no Kobe Dean hater. I'm not thrilled with this dude at all. And if he were to leave the team, I'd be totally okay with it. The Cowboys are bad. We ain't that bad. Yeah, you're right. The Cowboys are. Them boys are dumpster juice. Yes, them boys are terrible. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, if we play them somehow, some way, they get good against us. I don't know why they get good for some unknown reason, but yes, they're still trash. That's why I really haven't really said anything to Cowboys fans yet, because we haven't played them yet. But once we play them, and I'm able to don my brim the following day at work when we beat their ass, I ain't trying to hear. I don't want to hear nothing from them. Nothing at all. All right. So, with that being said, we got some players that are being close to playing again. Sidney Brown, Sidney Brown, for those who don't know, he had an ACL injury last year, so he may be coming back. He's in full practice all week this week, which is good. You know what I'm saying? Will winning this game propel them forward and getting back on the field? And I say that because yes, he's been practicing, but they're saying that he may have limited snaps on special teams and things like that. But if we win this game, will that propel him forward and getting back on the field to be that that dominant DB or dominant safety or nickel corner that he is? Because I want to see Sidney Brown out there. Even at the beginning of the season last year, I said during preseason, I like him. I love this dude, but he's got to slow it down. I said it to my cousin Brian. I said, if he doesn't slow down the way he plays, he's going to hurt himself. And damn it, did he not hurt himself? So, again, with the players coming close to playing again, will this game propel them forward and getting back on the field? Meech, what you got?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Him and his brother, man, doing the same thing, man. Him and his, those of you who don't know, he got a twin brother that plays as well, Chase.
Yeah.
So I like them. That alone got me into him. I don't know if y'all aware of that or whatnot, or the fans are aware, but he has a twin brother. Both of them are playing, so that's some good stuff for the family alone. But yeah, as far as for the Eagles, man, I definitely want to see Brown. What he's able to do. He's been in the league for 2 years. He was lighting them up in Illinois, doing his thing over there in his collegiate years. But I want to see them because I just want that spark on the defense. Whoever it is, whatever it is, we need that spark. We need somebody to come out there and take charge, man, to be able to see the field, read the offense, realize what's going on, change what needs to be done on the field, and let's make it happen. So, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Brown. Hey, Mike, Brown got me hyped up too. I want to see this dude come back, and I want to see him ball. I really do. Sally, what you got?
Yeah, I want to see him back. I want to see him back healthy, though. You know what I'm saying? I don't want him to come back too early and re-aggravate that injury, but I do want to see him back because I think he will. I mean, if we have a blowout game, this game is a blowout. Like I hope it, like I'm suspecting it should be. It should be a blowout. Then, I mean, that's going to hype anybody up that's on it, that's ready to, that's injured, they're ready to come back and play. Now, Sidney Brown, he's going to be an asset to the team. He's going to come back and he's going to do what we know he can do, and help the defense out. But I do want to see him come back. But I think this game, if we blow these guys out, we have a dominant game like we should. It's going to hype these guys up to get more prepared and more prepared to come back early from the injuries they do have. So I'm ready to see him back in.
Yeah, me too. I ain't gonna lie. I want to see him back in so bad. And it's gonna go into what one of the viewers said later on the show. But when it's all said and done, let's just say, for the sake of argument, we come in and we blow these dudes out. You know what I'm saying? We can now try to incorporate some of some of these players back into the game plan slowly, because if it's a blowout and let's just say Nakobe Dean, he's a game away. Guess what? Slide him in on special teams real quick. Give him a few snaps to see how it's working real time field action. He may not get any play. Nothing may come out his way, like none of the formations and none of the bubble screens or whatever make. At least we can see how he's interacted on the field. Maybe we can see how his breaks and how his cuts are going to happen, without any impossible injuries. But then again, they may not want to do it on MetLife Field. You know what I'm saying? Because that field is known for fucking people up.
Trash. So trash.
Right. I mean, the whole state of New York is trash anyway. So, between them and the Jets, now the Mets are doing their thing right now. So I'm gonna give it to them. The Yankees are doing their thing. Shout out to them. But the rest of the state is trash. I'm outside of Albany, New York. Shout out to my boys there in Albany. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Creation Technologies up in Rochester. Shout out to y'all. But yeah, and I'm joking when I say the state of New York is trash. The state of New York is not trash. I'm just saying as far as sports teams. But because people be up in the comments, man, you and Philly ain't shit either. We should have. But yeah, anyway, y'all take it way too deep. So Mike also says, and I didn't think about this, and he has a good point. Quentin Mitchell. I couldn't get it out. Quinyon Mitchell.
You putting a French on it.
Yeah. Hey, that old French toast.
Quinyon Mitchell. All right, we see you Duolingo. We see you Duolingo.
Hey, I spelled Spanish, so I had to take French.
Some gooey ass, some sauce and me saying,
we say, what are you driving? A Mercedes. No, but you figure, all right, so him, Cooper DeJean and Brown, like, that could be a lit defensive secondary. That could be real nice. I never really looked at it like that.
I did.
You got those two boys on the outside to it. No, I'm just thinking Sidney Brown never connected to me because he hadn't been playing.
Mm-hmm.
So looking at it now, you know what?
I've been wanting Slay and CJ. They can get out of here tomorrow. I'm gonna be honest with you. Slay the third oldest on the team. He ain't been doing nothing. And CJ, he running all the field, doing all this type of stuff. He can go too. Both of those guys can go, and I don't think it'll be that much of a loss.
What you
Yeah,
got, Sam?
I don't
What you
think it'll be that much of a loss, man. We'll feel a little bit here and there, but
I would meet these guys could be going tomorrow. They could be going tomorrow because every time you see them in a play, most times. I know for Slade, most times it's not a good play. When you see when they show Slade on the screen because he's probably got burnt for a touchdown or something like that. And CJ talks. He talks a good game, man. He's always talking.
But that's what I like about CJ, though. I like the fact that he talks like that. But you
just
got to be able to back it up, CJ.
Man.
You just got to back it up. That's it. If you can back it up,
back it up, man. He's got to back it up.
You can't talk shit until you start hitting on the field. Then you talk shit.
Yeah. You would have stand over motherfuckers like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like them dogs that be barking their ass off as soon as you open the gate. I don't want to hear that, man.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that.
So Sam says, is Brown going to get time over CJC or Blankenship or over DeJohn?
That's my boy right there. Shout out to my boy Sam Harrison from Philly.
Oh, all right, Sam. What's up, man? Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to the chat, by the way.
Shit, he definitely should get time over CJ. Blankenship is doing his thing. He has the only interceptions on the team right now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm mad. And another reason, I'm mad at CJ because he stole that boy's first interception.
Yeah, he did.
Stole that boy's first interception.
Yes, he did.
Kenyon Michel. He's about to get his first interception. He came over there and did it, man. So that pissed me off. But so he definitely should get time over him. Blankenship is doing his thing. Blankenship is balling out. You know what I mean? He's doing this thing consistently every game. So absolutely.
Man.
Right.
All right. So Brown also said the DBs are deep and talented. All right. So we're gonna pause on that, Sam. Okay. The DBs are deep. Pause. Okay. We just say they're talented. You ain't gotta say deep. They're talented. Gotcha. We need the D-line to step up. Yes, we do, man. Yes, we do. It's the D-line, really, to be honest, it's more so the linebackers. The linebackers are the ones who really got to be the ones stepping up. Like Zach Bond, he was good the first 2-3 games. Like since then, we ain't really heard from him. Like Zach, we need that tenacity.
No, I mean he's leading the league. He's leading the whole team doing tackles and all of that stuff. So Zach Bond, he's been that quiet. Zach Bond has been that quiet professional, getting everything done. And whatever he's leading he's leading our team statistically. Yeah. He's leading the team, man. Oh yeah.
Mike says that the Ghost is underrated for us. He shows a big who's Ghost? I'm trying to figure out, Mike, who that is.
Who's Ghost? Yeah, who's Ghost?
I don't know. Ken Lewis says good stream, guys. Appreciate you, Ken, man. Ken, where you hailing from, bro? Where you from? We just kind of like to know, like, where everybody's from. Oh, Reed.
Reed's Ghost.
Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, they said the Ghost is underrated for us. He shows a big time. Yeah,
that's what I just said. I just said the same thing, man. He's doing his thing, man. He's leading in tackles. He's leading in sacks. He's doing his thing on the defense.
Yeah. All right, so excuse me.
No, he said Reed. Yeah, I'm talking about Zach.
Yeah, Reed.
Zach leading, but Blankenship doing his thing too with the he's doing his thing.
2 interceptions. He got both of them.
Yeah. All right, so if the game is close in any way, will that be considered a team failure, or like how does that work? You know what I'm saying? Because we already know like the game shouldn't be close. Like the game was close last game. Like it shouldn't have been close. We only won by 4 points. But if that's the case, will we be able to? Will we still be considered a team that can do well in the playoffs if this game is close? Given the fact that we've had 2 close wins by subpar teams. Sally, what you got?
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Oh, okay, Misha, go ahead.
Go ahead, Meek. I'll let you go. Go ahead, Meek.
I'm gonna tell you right now. The answer is no. We shitty teams. We should be stomping the shitty teams into the ground. That's period. Now, when we play against the Ravens, when we play against, we go back and forth with the Cowboys, so we expect a good game out of the Cowboys. One of the two, we usually split it. That's how you do, like Sally was saying, with your divisional rivals. We played a good game against the Packers and stuff like that. But we got the Panthers coming up. We got the Jaguars coming up. We got these Giants coming up. Man, if we're barely beating these guys, man, the end is near. the end is near. If we're barely winning against teams you should dominate against, that speaks volumes to the stuff that we need to fix.
Yeah, I'm with you.
It does.
All right.
Man,
What you got, Sally?
I'm just like, if we should, like I said, we should be dominating. Especially we should be stopping the mole in these guys' ass. We should be stopping these guys. They should be like limping off the field when we get done with it. That's how bad we should be beating these guys. And if we barely squeaking by, then it ain't no way, man. There is no way that we can roll into the playoffs. Not like, for instance, how the Lions playing. Lions are dominating. They killing guys.
Yeah.
They killing people out there. And that's the type of shit I want to see from our team. The numbers the Lions are putting up, offensive numbers, that's what we should be doing.
True.
And we're not doing that.
Right. So because we're not doing that, and everyone's talking about defense, since we're talking about defense and how we all know that we need to do better and play better on defense. We do got some free agents that are showing up out there on defense. You know what I'm saying? Like, free agent out there that's able to be traded or we're able to get that put on our defense. Like, who would you like to see added to our defense? Me personally, I would love to see if Myles Garrett is available. If he's available, come to trade deadline. If we can get him, I would love to get Myles Garrett, because I feel like Myles Garrett can come in, tag team with Josh Sweat. We'll be right back where we was at when we had Hassan, but we have a more seasoned player. He's a big time goal getter, and with that, now it's what side what side is their O-line gonna focus on? Are they gonna focus on Myles Garrett, which they probably would? Now you got Josh Sweat over here, and if you got Nakobe Dean coming in as a nickel corner, now he's blitzing. So now that would drastically change our defensive mind, our defensive scheme, our setup, everything. So I feel like if we could pick one person, for me, it would be Myles Garrett over possibly a Max Crosby. Even though Max Crosby is younger, I would like to have Myles Garrett. That's just me. Charlie, who you got? Who you picking up? We're going to save me.
Myles Garrett would be a huge boost. A huge boost to the defense. Myles Garrett would be a huge boost. I mean, I'm not, and also you have Max Crosby, but I would like to take another Penn State alumni. I could see Michael Parsons in our defensive scheme as well. I could see Michael Parsons in our defensive scheme as well. So
I think he would do well. I think he would do well, but I don't want him. And the reason why I don't want to, you ain't about to go on no podcast, with us after no game and start spewing that nonsense. Nah, you stay where you at. Plus you got that cowboy virus on you. No, I don't want you. We tried it once with a running back. It ain't work. Nope. Stay with the fuck where you at. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Meek.
I would love to see, Garrett as well. I think that Crosby would come at a little bit of a cheaper price. Garrett is owed a lot of money. They paid Garrett. They paid the quarterback, Deshaun Watson, man. They paid those guys a lot of money. So the odds of, us being able to see them with the cap space and all of this type of stuff, now I'm a numbers guy. So, that right there, that, it's not that much more of, it's not a downfall either way you go with those two right there. You're not getting the ball. Yeah, that's personal, subjective preference if you go with Myles or Crosby, because Crosby's doing this thing, but you got to look at, both teams are about at that point to where they're ready to unload and start, picking up draft picks for the next couple things. But I just think Myles is going to come with a bigger price tag, higher draft picks on the back end for him versus Crosby. To unload to him. So realistically, I would love to see Myles Garrett come on there and take over the defense. Crosby was a little bit better of a stretch to get as far as the money owed to him and stuff like that. And the draft picks we'll have to give up. But any one of those guys would make me so happy, man. I'd be so happy. I'd be so excited, ready to go, man. Hopefully they'll be able to do something. But I mean, it's a lot of guys, man. That defense, like you said, the middle, the outside, man, linebackers, man, we just have problems on that, man. They're not filling the holes. But I also look at the point of Vic, man. Vic with the V. I'm not seeing a lot of rushing plays, and we should be putting the pressure on their ass. So no matter who you bring in here, Myles, Garrett, Max Crosby, if you bring those guys in here, but you're not using those guys to their full potential, same thing that we're not doing on offense. Now, what are you bringing them in here for? You're not going to see anything done if you're not having any calls, any plays set up to, extract max potential out of those guys with the rushing and all of that stuff, what are we bringing them in here for?
Right. I'm with you. 100%.
So whoever we bring in, we got to use them.
Yeah, and again, I even Mason Crosby, just like you said, it would be more of a money stretch to get him. But if you're not, like, if it's not using him the way he should be using him, like he's not doing right now with some of the people we got, it was like, what's the point? So, what I'm saying, try to get it. Me personally, if it was just my thoughts, go in and get a more seasoned vet, Myles Garrett, grab him, let him try to control and maintain and call shots on the field as far as coverages and things like that, because he's just more of a seasoned vet. He's more established in the game. He's a veteran in the game. I would rather have him, what I'm saying, because you can have him for 2 or 3 years if he's got 2 or 3 years left, what I'm saying, in him. Use those 2 or 3 years rather than and spend less of a bag, and then later on down the line you can either get a draft pick or go in the draft or get on the free agents and something like that. That's just me. That's what I would do. So,
he's what? He's 6'4", 280 versus Max is what, 6'5", 255. He just come with a higher price tag.
Right.
Myles Garrett is.
Mm-hmm. So, Sam, I don't know if but we've already talked about Nick Sirianni a couple of shows ago. Nick Sirianni, he's definitely going to be gone this season. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the season for sure. Michi, we are. If you watch the show at all, we already know Michi. Michi, he didn't want him this year. So but is he going to get fired? Me personally, I don't think he's going to get fired. During the season, I just don't think he's going to do that. But Michi says no, fuck that, fire him. He should have fired him last week before he got on the plane. So
you see, Bill in the stands.
Yeah, Bill eating popcorn up there. Bill up there eating. Let me get the chicken cheese whip. Chopped cheese and all. That's what Bill doing, waiting. Putting salt and ketchup on that ball.
See, y'all be eating the cheesesteaks with whiz on it. See, that's
the
cheesesteak, bro. No. You eating the one with whiz now, bro.
Yeah, man. But look, I don't know if y'all know this, but here at the Regal Eagle, our shows are an hour or less. So that's how we do it. You know what I'm saying? We ain't trying to take up the rest of y'all's day. So, Sam says they got to go. He's got to go. I'm with you. You know what I'm saying? Mike 34 also said Parsons is a slave junior, just has a DE. Okay. He also says Henderson from Tennessee's not bad. Yeah, you're right. He's not bad either. But, me personally, I would want more of a seasoned vet in the game. So, Wiz Wood, that ain't legit at all. That's just me. But like I said, we do our best to try to keep things, an hour or less. So, we're gonna come up with these closing remarks real quick. Michi, you got any closing statements for the people?
Hey, good to see everybody again on the show, man. Good to see y'all live and well and doing good, man. For everybody, man, that's coming in, commenting, liking, subscribing. Hey, just keep doing what you're doing. We appreciate all the love. Hey, somebody house phone ringing. Yeah,
I got the phone over there. I don't want to get up right now. It's someone's house phone ringing.
We appreciate the love, man. And hopefully 1:00, man, tune in tomorrow. We'll see it, and then everybody get ready for the post game show on Monday, 7 p.m. baby.
Yeah, what you got, Sally?
Hey, like we said, shout out to all our fans, all our new subscribers. Shout out to y'all. Just pass the word. We passing the word, but also y'all can also pass the word about the podcast, so we can get those numbers up. But we really appreciate y'all every week coming out making these, like and subscribe to our page, just keep listening, and we fans,
right.
Without y'all, this ain't possible. So we really appreciate it. But as far as the game goes, hey, we gotta come out with as a dominating force, and we got to show people who we are, who you thought we are. That's what we got to show them. So I'm looking for a good game this week, and we see y'all on the post game, the post show on Monday.
For sure. So because Sally said something about the viewers, and I said something about the viewers and subscribers. Hey, I want to give a shout out to the couple of people out here right now. I'm saying Easy Does It 202. I'm saying I'm pretty sure you're one of the guys from the fan treasures down at Christiana Mall. Hey, appreciate you, man. I don't know where the other two guys are at now. That they said they subscribed, as they said. But I don't see their names up here. It could be because their page is private, and that's fine. But shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you. Shout out to Zachary Wilkins. You know what I'm saying? One of the guys at my job. 504 Ike. Appreciate you, Miss Diva. We appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Because as of right now, for those who don't know, right now we're up to 239 subscribers. If we can get up to 300 before the end of the game tomorrow, man, if we can get up to that, man, we're going to do a giveaway. And what the giveaways, we also got some Michi Mania coming up. Now, Michi, you said he's going to get it popping.
We're ready.
I'm going to hold
you
to that, all right? So as soon as we get up to 300 subscribers, I got a whole bunch of things. We got some giveaways going on, but we got to get to 300 first. Once we get to 300 subscribers, giveaways are going to start popping. You know what I'm saying? The questions are going to start coming out, and all you got to do is answer the question right. Boom! Right at that point, all we need is an address, even if it's a PO box, because we got crazy people out there. You know what I'm saying? Give us a PO box, and we'll send out to you the very next day. It'll be in the mail. Tracking numbers included. All right. So again, tell a friend to tell a friend. Let's go ahead and get the 300. We appreciate y'all. And once we get there, again, that's when the giveaways will begin. So with that being said, man, we appreciate y'all for coming out. God bless y'all, man. Have a safe and profitable weekend. And at that point right now, all I gotta say is go Birds, man. Go Birds.
Fellow on the beat.